Hello and welcome to another episode of Transfer Weekly by TNC, a show where we round up all the most important transfer news of the week into one video in order to keep you updated on the latest. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell to know when we've uploaded new content. I'm your host Alex DeCoufa, and let's get right into it. Since we missed last week's episode, we're going to kick it off with signings galore by summing up a string of official transfers from across Europe in what has been a very busy couple of weeks. Let's start with the Premier League. Spurs announced the signing of Tanguy Ndombele on a 6-year contract for a fee of €60 million plus 10 million in add-ons. Tottenham also signed winger Jack Clarke from Leeds United for £8.5 million on a 4-year contract. He has rejoined Leeds on loan for the season. Manchester United announced the signing of Aaron Wan-Bissaka from Crystal Palace in a deal reported to be around £50 million on a 5-year contract with an option to extend for a further year. Staying at Old Trafford, former right-back Antonio Valencia joined Ecuadorian side Liga Deportiva Universitaria on a free transfer. On the other side of town, rivals Manchester City signed midfielder Rodri from Atletico Madrid for €70 million on a 5-year contract. In West London, Chelsea have announced the permanent signing of midfielder Mateo Kovacic from Real Madrid on a 5-year contract. Moving to Merseyside, Everton confirmed the permanent signing of Andre Gomes from Barcelona on a 5-year deal. And in departures, forward Sandro Ramirez left on a season-long loan to Real Valladolid. Leicester City confirmed the signing of right-back James Justin from Luton and Ayoze Perez from Newcastle, while Aston Villa signed English left-back Matthew Targett from Southampton. Speaking of Southampton, they have signed striker Che Adams from Birmingham on a 5-year deal. They've also made Liverpool striker Danny Ings' loan deal permanent for £20 million on a 3-year contract. Now moving to La Liga, Atletico Madrid were the busiest with the record signing of João Felix from Benfica for €126 million on a 7-year contract. Atletico also finalised deals for midfielder Marcos Llorente from Real Madrid, centre-back Felipe Montero from Porto, and midfielder Hector Herrera from Porto. The club also announced that Alvaro Morata will join next summer from Chelsea for a £50 million fee. The Spanish striker will join on a season-long loan before moving permanently. Valencia confirmed the signing of goalkeeper Jasper Cillessen from Barcelona for €35 million on a 4-year contract, while Valencia goalkeeper Neto joined Barcelona in a swap deal. Another departure from Barcelona was midfielder Denis Suarez, who joined Celta Vigo on a 4-year contract. Sevilla, on the other hand, signed midfielder Joan Jordan from Eibar, Luc de Jong from PSV, Lucas Ocampos from Marseille, and Jules Koundé from Bordeaux. In Serie A, Atalanta signed forward Luis Muriel from Sevilla, while Genoa signed Inter Milan striker Andrea Pinamonti on loan, with an obligation to buy next summer for €18 million. AC Milan signed French left-back Theo Hernandez from Real Madrid for €20 million. Speaking of Inter, they've been on quite the shopping spree, with the Serie A side announcing the signings of Parma goalkeeper Gabriel Brazal, former Atletico Madrid star Diego Godin, Valentino Lazaro from Hertha Berlin, and Stefano Sensi from Sassuolo. AS Roma also had a busy week with the signing of midfielder Amadou Diawara from Napoli and Italian wingback Leonardo Spinazzola from Juventus. Juventus had signings of their own, with Roma left-back Luca Pellegrini, Turkish defender Merih Demiral from Sassuolo, and French midfielder Adrien Rabiot from PSG. Speaking of PSG and moving to Ligue 1, the Parisians have signed attacking midfielder Pablo Sarabia from Sevilla for €20 million on a 5-year contract. They also signed Spanish midfielder Ander Herrera from Manchester United on a free. And in departures, Timothy Weah left PSG to sign with Lille, and goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon rejoined Juventus on a 1-year deal. Montpellier signed midfielder Jordan Ferri from Lyon, while Lyon captured the signature of Brazilian midfielder João Lucas from Flamengo and Thiago Mendes from Lille. And finally, AS Monaco announced the signing of winger Gelson Martins on a permanent deal from Atletico Madrid for €30 million on a 5-year deal. Now to the Bundesliga. Wolfsburg signed midfielder Xaver Schlager from RB Salzburg for €12 million on a 4-year deal, while Borussia Mönchengladbach signed forward Breel Embolo from Schalke. And finally, Schalke signed Turkish defender Ozan Kabak from Stuttgart for €15 million. Well, that sums up the signings galore of the past 2 weeks, so let's move on to the main rumours dominating the headlines. Marca reports that Paul Pogba is still a primary target for Real Madrid this summer, with the La Liga giants willing to include Gareth Bale in a deal to sign the Frenchman. Arsenal launched a bid of £40 million earlier in the week for Wilfried Zaha that was rejected by Palace, who were seeking closer to £80 million. Evening Standard report Arsenal will make another bid and will most likely include players as well. In other Arsenal rumours, BBC reports that Napoli are edging ahead in the race to sign their target Kieran Tierney of Celtic, with Corriere dello Sport reporting Ancelotti's massive interest in the player. The Independent reports that Manchester United have agreed personal terms with Bruno Fernandes of Sporting, and only a fee needing to be agreed between the two clubs, with Sporting asking for over £50 million. Manchester United also had a £70 million bid for Leicester City's Harry Maguire rejected, according to Sky Sports, with the club seeking £90 million for the player. Is he really worth £90 million? Let us know in the comments below. And last but by no means least, Kylian Mbappe tweeted a photo of him in a PSG shirt this week with a tweet that translates to "This is Paris 1920", indicating his commitment to the club next season amid speculation to Real Madrid and Liverpool. Well, that's all we've got time for. We'll be back next week with more transfer updates and rumours. But until then, follow us on all our social media pages and on our website, transfernewscentral.com, for daily updates. Make sure you like this video, comment below, and thanks for listening.